From elites who spent billions of dollars to escape the doomsday and a telescope who caused controversies everywhere to the million-dollar city with no population and Dubai's very own Japan and South Africa. Here are the biggest megaprojects in the world. Lotus Temple. The Lotus Temple in New Delhi, India is a very popular building and one of the 7 Baha'i temples in the world. It looks like a lotus flower and has 27 white marble petals that make up 9 sides. It was built from 1980 to 1986 and covers an area of 23 acres. Inside, there's a large dome where people can pray. The dome is 40 meters tall and can hold up to 2,500 visitors. Around the dome, there are 9 pools that reflect light and look like lotus leaves. The inside of the temple is beautifully lit by natural light, creating a calm and peaceful atmosphere. Guangzhou Circle. The Guangzhou Circle is a huge golden circular skyscraper standing at 452 feet tall. It's the tallest circular building in the world, surpassing the Statue of Liberty in height. The building has a lattice steel design supported by concrete elevator pillars and features a 157-foot void that resembles a jade disc, representing high rank in Chinese culture. It serves as the Guangdong Plastic Exchange and is associated with wealth and prosperity, with an annual turnover of $48 billion. Additionally, its reflection in the water forms the lucky number 8, adding to its significance. Another notable project is the Mir Mine. Most controversial telescope. If you're wondering how a simple telescope can be controversial, then wait a minute, because we're about to unfold that story. The 30-meter telescope is an extremely large telescope that was made to allow us to see deeper into space and observe cosmic objects with unprecedented sensitivity and detail. But the problem about building it was that it was a sacred place. The natives believed that the entire site was sacred and that developing the mountain, even for science, would spoil the area. Not just that, but environmentalists were concerned about rare native bird populations, and other citizens of Hilo were concerned about the sight of the domes from the city. But, well, regardless of everything, the telescope was built and it stands there. Dubai frame. It's exactly as the name suggests, a large picture frame made and displayed in Dubai. But what exactly did the people have in mind when making this? Well, when looking south from the tower, Dubai's battery of hyper-modern skyscrapers dominate, including the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. From the opposite side, some of the city's most historic neighborhoods come into view, and I guess this is what they tried to do: capture Dubai in a frame. The only problem here is that a Mexican-born architect thought that it was his idea stolen from him. Largest indoor Ferris wheel. At first glance, you might think of it as the antique clock from your grandpa's time. But that's not what it is. This large Ferris wheel opened in 2012 and was one of the biggest projects of the Turkmenistan's government. The only thing which makes it different from others is, unlike others, it's an indoor Ferris wheel. But don't worry, just like others, this Ferris wheel also gives you a beautiful view of the area. Giant bookshelves. The community bookshelf is a special library that has books as its outer wall. It looks like a place that book lovers would love to go to in the afterlife. The library is a great way to promote itself because its location is easily recognizable. But these aren't just any books. They're famous titles that make up the 22-foot tall and 9-foot wide wall. Well-known authors like Mark Twain, Harper Lee, Charles Dickens, and J.R.R. Tolkien are included on the wall, chosen by book enthusiasts in Kansas City through voting. Additionally, the building has a concrete staircase made of books. If you really love books, you should definitely visit this place. An upside-down attraction. WonderWorks in Orlando, Florida is a special building that looks like a house turned upside down. It's a place where you can have fun and learn because it's both a museum and an entertainment center. There are many cool things to do there, like playing laser tag, trying an indoor rope course, and doing simulated activities. They also have 6 areas called Wonder Zones where you can do science-related things, like challenges that astronauts go through during training. The first WonderWorks was finished in 1998, and since then they've built 5 more in different parts of the United States. The newest one was completed in 2020. Kunsthas Graz. The Australian building, built in 2003, caused immediate discussions about whether it looks like a hippo or a whale. It's called the Friendly Alien because of its outer appearance, which has blue solar panels and many nozzles on top. The outer panel has more than 930 round lights connected to a computer in the middle, showing words, videos, and pictures. Inside, there are 2 exhibition rooms with a modern art gallery. Museum of Ice Cream. When you go in there, you'll feel like you're in a Barbie movie or something, because it's just pink, and it's pink everywhere. At first, you get a band, and then you go in and enjoy ice cream. Ice cream garden, ice cream surfing, ice cream play area, it's just everywhere. And not just that, you got to know about the history of ice cream too. Isn't that amazing? The museum was opened in 2021 and it was a big hit among locals immediately. For now, even the tourists visiting Singapore make sure they come see the museum at least once. A shoe. A huge glass shoe, or is it really just a shoe standing in Taiwan? Well, let us tell you, this huge Cinderella shoe is actually a church. But don't worry, they don't really go praying there. It was built by the government to attract people, especially couples, for their wedding or engagement shoots. And guess what? It kinda is doing the job it was supposed to do. It stands around 17 meters high above the ground, and want to know the story behind it? This shoe was designed after a woman whose wedding got canceled when her legs had to be amputated. Talk about a sad story. Alder HQ. The Alder HQ building in Abu Dhabi is a commercial building that's 121 meters tall and has 23 stories. It has a special circular design created by MZ Architects, combining modern and traditional elements. The building has 2 circular sides that are connected by a strip of indented glazing. This design eliminates the need for internal columns and keeps the circular look of the building. The Alder building was acknowledged as one of the most impressive corporate offices in the world by Emporis. It also won the Best Futuristic Design Award at the 2008 Building Exchange Conference. This must have been a big accomplishment for the designers. Quarry Hotel. China is famous for its impressive projects like the biggest air purifier, a $1 trillion water diversion plan, and a huge sideways skyscraper. But there's one project that is particularly remarkable. In the 1950s, the Shenkeng Quarry near Shanghai was left unused after running out of resources and turned into a place to collect rainwater. In 2006, a creative idea came up to transform the quarry into a special hotel. It was a difficult task because they had to build floors underwater using over 2 million cubic feet of concrete. Despite facing many challenges, the Intercontinental Shanghai Wonderland Hotel finally opened in 2018. Eden Project. People in Cornwall, England took creativity to another level when they constructed large bubble-like structures called biomes that hold more than 1,000 plants. These biomes have hexagon patterns on them and come in 2 types. The tropical biome, which is the biggest indoor rainforest covering 3.9 acres, and the Mediterranean biome, which spans 1.6 acres. The tropical biome is home to different crops like bananas, coffee, and bamboo, while the Mediterranean biome allows grapes and olives to grow. The World Islands. A mega project of $5 billion is what the World Islands are. The project began in 2003 and involved dredging sand from the seabed to create the individual islands. It took several years to complete the project, and the final result consists of about 300 islands. Each island in the World Islands is named after a country or region in the world. The names range from well-known nations like Australia and Japan to lesser-known territories such as the Falkland Islands and the Maldives. So, if you had a few $1 million to spare, would you consider buying an island named after your home country? Spycape. And this is the project which had the goal of bringing to life the world of espionage and intelligence. If you're someone who loves spy movies, then this is the place for you, because this museum allows you to bring your Sherlock Holmes to life. The museum also has real-world spy artifacts like a wall of anonymous masks and Edward Snowden's telepresence robot. Hence, it was a multi-million-dollar project which obviously was a big hit among not just the locals, but the tourists as well. Necker Island. Necker Island, owned by Sir Richard Branson, was once an ambitious dream turned into reality. It took years of dedication, sweat, and hard work to transform this uninhabited island into a luxurious and sustainable resort. As for now, it's become a playground for the lucky few seeking an unforgettable getaway. From thrilling water sports to relaxing spa treatments, there's something for everyone. and the cost of this megaproject is estimated to be in the range of tens of millions of dollars. Pont Jacques Chaban-Delmas. And this one entry will have you amazed. The Pont Jacques Chaban-Delmas in Bordeaux, France is said to be the tallest vertical lift bridge in Europe and spans almost 1,900 feet across the Garonne River. The main part of the bridge, which is 383 feet long, goes up 173 feet to let boats pass underneath. Unlike traditional drawbridges, this modern design uses counterweights that weigh the same as the bridge deck, instead of being several times heavier than the bridge span. Building this impressive structure took 3 years and cost a staggering $195 million. Inverted Pyramid. This unusual structure, located in the northern part of the city, is a clear representation of socialist ideas. It looks like an upside-down pyramid pushed into the ground and stands at a height of 262 feet. Back in the day, it was considered an innovative example of Marxist architectural design. The construction began in 1967 and was a significant achievement for Slovakian architecture, being the first building to use steel as its main framework. The distinctive inverted shape maximizes office space and includes a soundproof recording studio and a concert hall with 520 seats. However, due to political unrest, it took 16 years to complete, and once finished, the building was seen as an unattractive symbol of the country's history. Beijing Water Cube. In Beijing, China, you can find impressive modern structures, like the famous Water Cube Aquatic Center. It's located next to the well-known Bird's Nest Stadium that was used in the 2008 Olympics. The Water Cube stands out because of its design filled with bubbles. It was built for the Olympics and has 5 pools, a wave machine, rides, and seating for 17,000 people. The building has over 1 million square feet of EFTE cladding, which forms unique bubbles. However, despite its innovation, the Water Cube was very expensive, costing a massive $140 million. Billionaire Bunkers. In a world where people can't even afford houses, these billionaires are ready for each and everything to come. In recent years, in the wake of pandemic and other global emergencies, the mega-rich of the planet got all worried about their survival. So they decided on making the bunkers which have the ability of saving them if the doomsday comes. Packed with everything from swimming pools to golf courses, movie theaters, and bowling alleys, these bunkers cost around $16 million. But, well, bunkers just delay the inevitable. You can't really make your own air and water, which will be contaminated, but never mind that. People in bunkers will kill each other. Or themselves. Shaftless Ferris Wheel. Weifang City in China is a lively place for the Beilang River Bridge Ferris wheel located on top of the historic Beilang River. This amazing structure is very tall, measuring 475 feet, and has a diameter of 410 feet, making it taller than the well-known London Eye. Unlike the London Eye, it doesn't have spokes, but instead uses a big running gear on the outer edge to rotate 36 cars. Each car can hold up to 10 people, and during a 28-minute ride, it provides stunning views for a total of 360 passengers. Being the tallest Ferris wheel without spokes in the world, its construction expenses are estimated to be over $36 million. An abandoned forest city. Forest City is a green and futuristic smart city on artificial islands near Singapore. It features an artificial forest ecosystem and is connected to Singapore, reducing travel time to 20 minutes. The design emphasizes green innovations like green rooftops, vertical gardens, and multi-layered streets. Powered by renewable energy, it aims to be completed by 2035 at a cost of $100 billion. However, economic and political challenges, including property ownership restrictions and the pandemic, have hindered progress. Currently, the project is abandoned, unsuccessful, and just a waste of so much money. Still, you can go visit it, though. A 19 billion hole. Improperly stored nuclear waste is more dangerous than any other environmental issue. It's currently stored above ground near power plants, but underground storage is considered the safest solution. Yucca Mountain was identified as the best option in the 1980s, but faced strong opposition from Nevadans due to concerns about water contamination. Despite approvals and court orders, the project was halted. The Biden administration confirmed Yucca Mountain is no longer part of the country's plans. After decades and billions spent, it remains unused and deemed a useless megaproject. Walts Burrell, Darmstadt. The Forest Spiral, a housing complex finished in 2000, has a U-shaped design with 12 floors, 105 apartments, and parking spots. The top floor has restaurants and facilities, and residents can enjoy a playground and a man-made lake. The building takes inspiration from Russian architecture with a tower that looks like onion domes, giving it a special touch. A remarkable feature is the more than 1,000 windows, each with a different shape, and the absence of straight lines and rectangles. Furthermore, the roof is covered in greenery, which helps keep the rooms insulated and reduces heat. Linear City. In the Red Sea between Saudi Arabia and Egypt lies The Line, a 110-mile-long structure reflecting your image. It's part of NEOM, a $725 billion sustainable city project led by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The futuristic city aims for renewable energy reliance, featuring a high-speed underground train, mirrored buildings housing 9 million people, and AI surveillance for enhanced functionality. This project, aligned with Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, aims to establish the nation as a global leader in sustainable innovation. A linden structure. Architecture in Eastern Europe during the Soviet era lacked creativity because of oppressive influence. However, in 1974, officials in North Macedonia created an exceptional structure that stood out from the uniform buildings. This impressive building was constructed to honor the 30th anniversary of the second session of the Anti-Fascist Assembly of the National Liberation of Macedonia and the 71st anniversary of the Linden Uprising. The building has a spiked ball-like appearance with rounded shape and windows that stick out. Inside, you'll find beautiful stained glass windows and intricate carvings that depict events and people associated with the Linden Uprising. An Embrace. In 2023, a new statue named The Embrace was revealed in Boston on Martin Luther King Day. The statue is made of bronze, stands 20 feet tall, and cost $10 million. It was inspired by a photo of Martin Luther King and his wife Coretta taken after he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. The sculptor Hank Willis Thomas designed it to show how the couple supported each other while working to bring about societal change. However, people have different opinions about the statue. Some think it looks erotic or like a hastily done science project. Others feel it lacks meaning unless you already know the background. Personally, I appreciate its idea and design, but I think a simpler statue showing the person in a dignified pose would have been more suitable. London Garden Bridge. London Garden Bridge was a failed plan to build a bridge covered with trees and flowers over the River Thames in central London, cost a total of $62 million. However, when the idea was proposed, it was appreciated among everyone, and much of the budget was already spent on it. But doubts began to surround the project after it lost the support of London Mayor in April 2017, and it was officially abandoned in August of that year after a review recommended it be scrapped. Doha Shark. Doha Shark Megaproject was a big plan to change Qatar's capital city. It wanted to make a new and modern area by the water, but it didn't work out. Even though they spent a lot of money, the project had problems and couldn't reach its goals. The issues were things like spending too much, not finishing on time, and the economy changing. After spending $12 billion on the project, got abandoned, and the remnants still remain as a reminder of the great idea. World's emptiest megacity. This isn't just a city. It's the capital of Myanmar, a new capital that was built from scratch. Myanmar's former military leadership started building a new capital in secret in 2002. In November 2005, Myanmar's leader announced his decision to the public. Naypyidaw seemingly has everything to attract visitors, but there's one essential component that remains missing: the population. The new capital is home to less than 1 million residents, which makes it the world's emptiest megacity. Gotthard Base Tunnel. The new world's longest and deepest rail tunnel cuts through the mountains in Switzerland. Construction went on for nearly 20 years, but the Gotthard Base Tunnel inside the Swiss Alps finally opened in 2016, moving rail cars of passengers and freight between Zurich, Switzerland, and Milan, Italy. At 35 miles long and dipping about 7,500 feet below the mountain peaks above it, the Gotthard Base Tunnel eliminates the need for winding mountainous routes by offering the first flat track route through the Alps. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Do like and share with your friends. Share with your friends. Share with your friends.